Good morning. It's Kim again. It is the first weekend in June. So first June garden tour. Things are looking very lush and green and filling out, and it's such an exciting time of year for me. The only little caveat complaint this morning is it's like 48 degrees outside. So it's actually cold for my hands recording this. So let's get started and see how it goes. Show you what's working, what's not. Still haven't trimmed that boxwood, and it's pretty shaggy. It's the Green Mountain. I really need to clean out those lilies that grow up through it. They were transplant lilies from the voles that just left pieces laying on top of the dirt. And apparently when I mulched, that was good enough. I assumed that since it was just pieces, you get in a little closer, you can see how they're just like coming right up all around that boxwood. Looks like they're growing out of it. But now I might as well let them flower. But yeah, they were just tiny pieces that had been chewed, bulbs that had been chewed apart. So I assumed they would never grow into flowers, or I would have replanted them elsewhere. All right, moving on. Tulips are pretty much done. I go through every day and just kind of snap off the head of them so that they don't try to develop a seed. Put their energy back into the foliage so that the bulb will hopefully flower again next year. Just snap off that part of it. New hydrangea, not thriving well. We are so dry, and I'm not on drip. The vegetable garden is on drip. The flowers are not. So I've neglected watering enough. It is currently watered. So not gonna die, but not thriving either. Sorry, I had a weed that was bothering me. Don't typically weed if you watch my videos, but thinking about mulching next weekend. I think that's where I'm at. I think most of the seeds and stuff that I want to come up are coming up. We'll see as we go along. Still nothing from that hibiscus down there. Summer's Eve. I do have a replacement, but it still might. But most of them are coming back already, so I don't know. I did add a little dirt around it. I don't know if you can see. Moved some daylilies here. They are the ruby spider, so they're looking a little ratty from the move. They are a very bright red with a yellow center, which I typically stay with softer colors in this front garden bed. So I don't know, we'll see. Planted some supreme cantaloupe coneflowers, 3 of them. Oh, over here, 1, 2, 3. As well. Another new hydrangea down in there that got nipped with the frost, but it's coming back nicely. Got a dahlia coming up in there. Another dahlia coming up over there. The nepeta or nepeta is flowering nice. A great one for the pollinators. They love that. It's a catmint. These are my French vanilla, but I want to say they're my latest at breaking dormancy. And I'm not seeing anything yet, like some of the others. Hopefully I haven't lost them. We'll see. Oh, my Stand By Me clematis is getting ready to flower. Got a little bud there. It's exciting. I love the little blooms on them. Over here, I got a very sickly looking candy corn spirea that I transplanted from the side garden. I'm thinking spireas don't do so great in clay. This soil here has been amended now for almost 8 years, so it is much friendlier for plants. Got a dahlia that's doing really well there. No, I don't know which ones they are. I won't know until they bloom. Saved them from last year. Bunch of tulips with the tops popped off there. Still a little bit of stuff I haven't planted. Evergreens. I have, as you can see, some more weeping. That one looks like it could use some water at the end there. This is pretty much all I have left to plant, other than the evergreens. My sidewalk is pretty much closed off, or my pathway is pretty much closed off right now because of the blooming brunnera, which I will cut back once it's done blooming, but I don't have the heart to cut off the blooms. We moved the trough back to hopefully collect some water, but we have gotten 0 water. Maybe in the last month. I think in May I could go back to a previous video, but we know I won't. I want to say a 1/2 inch maybe in May. 1/2 inch is all we've had since the beginning of May. 1/2 inch, 3/4 inch. I don't know. We are extremely dry. But let's have a little look at the inner bed there. The lamium is really doing its thing. I planted 2 invincible hydrangeas in the middle of it. Just because I'm always throwing stuff in this bed. These are the Globe Master alliums. Not huge this year. I don't know what's up with that. Maybe because of the dryness? That is the, I don't know what hydrangea that is, but it blooms off of old wood. And it's going to do it this year, so I'm excited. It's got some blooms, as you can see. They're usually blue and purple. We kind of get the variety of both of them. Still have some cleanup to do. I'm going to somehow arrange my houseplants on top of that, inside of it. Somehow, we'll get to that. My my window box is actually looking pretty good. Getting a little color out of those impatiens. This Hosta on the left needs to catch up. But I'm happy with that. I have brought out 2 of my houseplants, my cactus and my spider plant. This is the front door. I'm coming out the front door. That is the bleeding heart that planted itself. It's not an ideal location because my hose connect is behind there. I really would like to get a hose link someday. They're just awesome at reeling up a hose. But so I have to reach over, and it's pretty fragile. It gets broken from reaching over it to turn the hose on and off. All right, down the pathway here, I have this container with a U in it and some double petunias. And I have 2 coleus in there. And I think those are helenium. We'll see. They might be weeds. We'll see if they flower. Another bleeding heart down here that planted itself. I've left it, but sometimes when I bring the hose up to water my window box, I don't see it surviving there very well because of their fragile stems. This hosta, I don't know what the deal is. I have a hummingbird that just touched me. I swear. Anyway, this hosta has been there for a few years. And it was yellow last year. The last 2 years, I swear, it's been yellow and peony. Now it's changed color. I don't know. Changed color and much bigger. So I'm really going to have to tame that Brunera, or Brunera, however you want to say it. All right. Back down my now hidden pathway. All right, one of my favorite corners here. Because I love the layering. I've mentioned it in several videos. I've trained the hydrangea into a tree form, which is perfect even when it's not flowering, because it's just the perfect size tree for there. The peonies underneath, tons of buds. In previous videos, I think I showed the new cages, plant supports that I had bought for them. And I thought for sure that they were way too tall and huge and the peonies wouldn't make it all the way to the top. I was wrong. I do like how it's holding them up. I actually have tried to raise the top rung on that one just because of the height of them. I still think when those peonies flower, they're going to flop a little bit. They won't go all the way to the ground this year, but this is the hosta I trimmed or stuck a shovel in the middle of it. You can kind of see down underneath it there where I stole some of it for the window box and kind of damaged a couple of the leaves in my but it's still going to be beautiful. This is where I'm considering changing out. First of all, this hosta's getting huge. Love it. It's going to stay. But I'm thinking about taking this one out. Although I think I like that one better than that one. I don't know. I want something yellow there. So it's either going to be a Sun King Aurelia, a lemony lace elderberry, or a gold mop cypress. Haven't decided. I just kind of almost hate to have holes, and there will be, I won't get the same effect this year if I pull something out and put something new and little there. So we'll see. I actually have a little bit of a hole there, but we'll see how much once this is fully out and open, if I have a hole. That's part of the problem. I fill holes that don't really exist in my beds because I think I don't wait until stuff's open. Love that gold gold mound spirea. Love that pop of color there. Really kind of brings out a little bit of that yellow in this hosta. But love that layering. We'll see future videos what I do in that area. That window box still just has the 3 hostas and that Silver Falls, Dichondra Silver Falls down the front of it. It still looks very puny. We're heading into some cold weather this week. Well, especially for June, high 60s, low 40s all week, I think. So I don't know that anything that's puny is gonna bulk up this week, but got that North Pole arborvitae now that shows above everything else. It's doing a good job there. Have limelight hydrangea that I also trimmed up. I also am trimming it to a tree form. I want to be able to plant underneath them. I have that clematis growing up in it again this year. That clematis has taken off. All of this foliage down here is the clematis. And it is growing. You got some there. It's all the way up into the top of the hydrangea. Pretty close to the top of the hydrangea. It's growing up in the arborvitae. I love, 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 love. I've been trying to train it to come around the front. It still keeps trying to go around the back. But I keep trying to keep it on the front. I want the flowers where I can see them. I love how that clematis grows up in all that stuff and flowers. The alliums, these are Purple Sensation. And if you don't know, alliums have horrid foliage. Their foliage does not last long at all. It always looks droopy and like that. Oh, my Monet Wygela is starting to flower. That might be a first for that. I used to have 3 of those. Not a huge fan. Not a huge fan of Wygela, period. I have not had good luck. But I still keep giving them a shot. Irises are getting ready to bloom. Got a bunch of, these are tall bearded iris. I do have some iris blooming. I'll show you in a minute. I have a hole here because I took out some of that. I have a ton of this hardy geranium. I want to say, is it Roxanne or Roseanne? It's it really spreads. Now it's easy to pull up, but this bed was just completely covered in it, and so I pulled a bunch of it out. I left a lot in there, sprinkled in the center. Looks pretty, the little purple flowers with the alliums. But man, my alliums, they didn't come back as well this year. I don't know what's up with that. I need to add some, I guess. But yeah, so I have a hole. I'm thinking about moving this lady's mantle over, because this is ladies' mantle. I got a bunch of ladies' mantle in here, but we'll see. I'm also thinking about moving that rose that's behind there. I got a bunch of roses in there too. Eventually, there's just going to be too much shade. I have so much stuff planted in there. The 3 lemony lace. There's 1. There's 2 lemony lace elderberry. This one doesn't do so well, and doesn't get as much sun, so it's a different color. But that rose is probably choking it out. Probably do a lot better if I took that rose out. But this tree grows every year, so eventually that'll be a shade garden, which the lady's mantle or Alchemilla mollis will do well there, but some of that stuff won't. I did think about putting another daylily in that spot. Daylilies are just such easy care. All right, I know I'm taking a while. There's some more nepeta. My salvia's starting to bloom. The dark purple. You can see the lemony lace better from back here, from this side, because I took out a whole bunch of that hardy geranium. This is just the back side of that bed. It's like a little island that comes out, that juts out there. Roses got tons of buds on them. These are the Morden Blush roses. They're a light pink. They have a ton. I only had 1 delphinium come back this year. It's frustrating. I love delphiniums, but I struggle to get them to come back. So the Serbian spruce, weeping Serbian spruce, that I was gonna plant over here, that I had the stick there forever, I ended up planting there. We'll see. So now I have 2 evergreens there. And this one, I think, potentially is going to get taller than that one. I don't know. We'll see. They have, when they're a weeping Serbian spruce, I think it's a bronze. It can grow all sorts of directions, which some people hate. I absolutely love. I love when a plant like that kind of does its own thing. Some things I can tolerate them doing their own thing. Some I can't. We'll see. I love that Glow Girl Spirea, and it is rocking it there. So it must love life, because I bought it after the candy corns. But this is another bed that has been amended very well over the years. I have a baptisia coming up back there, which also is very thin this year. That plant has been there for years. It's usually very thick. Wonder if I stepped on it when I was planting that. Sorry. I'm not looking through the camera and it's wandering. Wonder if I stepped on it when I was planting that. I think that's the Formannic. There, another weeping spruce. Could be wrong on that. Eyeliner lilies, whole group of them there. You know, I did absolutely nothing about the red lily beetle, and so far it's like they disappeared. So I don't know if, I mean, we have a huge bird population. I don't know if the birds got them. I don't know, but I'm not complaining. I decided I was going to let nature take its course. So obviously this is a part sun location, but that right there, that hosta is absolutely huge. Huge. And the lilies, which like more sun, do awesome. It just seems to be the perfect location where everything loves life there. That hosta I probably should divide some of it. Move a chunk of that over there in that corner. There's the puppy dogs. That would look nice. Have that zephyrin rose back there that just kind of hangs out. I don't really do much with it in its defense. I got some more lilies, newly planted this past fall, so I don't remember which ones they are. My daughter planted some, what are they called? Pink. Plant them in January, takes them forever to grow. Maybe the name will come back to me. These, I got a ton of foxglove, the peach foxglove seeds. So excited. The peach foxglove is my favorite. Never mind the hose. It's my favorite, and so I got a whole clump of them coming up there. I got a couple of clumps, as you can see, back there. And I know it blurs the camera. Back there, I got 2 clumps. So excited. I'm still trying to think of the name of that plant. It's driving me nuts. There's some irises that don't have buds yet, or blooms. My favorite hibiscus are coming back with a vengeance there. Excited about that. Thought for sure we would have, I thought for sure these coral charm peonies would bloom this week. They have not. They got some huge blooms this year, buds. So hopefully, it's my favorite one, coral charm. I have yarrow in front of them, a Spider-Man daylily. Oh, I do have a little blue hosta there, mouse ears. But it's little. It should probably be in a window box or something, or in a container. I don't know. We'll see. The lemony lace that I transplanted is doing well. Kind of hope it gets thicker. I don't know if that's a thing. Oh yeah, we got another stalk growing up out from down there. Oh yeah, it's gonna get thicker. We got some stuff coming up there. I threw some dead plants back there. That's a hole that I think I'm gonna put another Sun King Aurelia in there. I like that pop of color. I keep trying to lighten up this corner. Got this evergreen, which, you know, they take forever to grow. I have some, oh, yeah, why are the plant names escaping me? The pointy foliage is, man, I can't think of it. It has spread, which I'm happy about. As long as it's not like the mint that I have here in the container, I'm okay with stuff spreading. I can only think of the... Can't even think of that. I was trying to think of the cultivar. Oh well. Strawberries, my ground cover ish. They're doing really well. Looks like we may have some strawberries this month. Oh yeah, we got some growing there. All right, on to what I call the side garden. Never mind the dog fencing there. Oh, here we go. Maybe I can find the one name, because we left a Lisianthus. That's what it is. We left a container out here. All right. So this is the side yard. That's the lilac that I'm trying to decide if I'm going to plant there. So that's why it's impaled with the orange stick in the ground, because we had high wind yesterday. And everything kept blowing. The dust was terrible. Here's another place you can see I need to mulch. Got some bare ground showing. Irises starting to bloom, the bearded irises. These are ones, it seems like all mine are pink. The pink is beautiful, but I would like some different colors. It's the back side of that bed. That container is still a fail. Although it does look like the Prince Tut is coming back. It got hit with a frost, even though I had it covered just in that sweet potato vine. None of that stuff likes cold weather, which we can't seem to get rid of the cold weather. Nothing else blooming here. Look at that, though. I need to get rid of the, obviously, the little tie thing I have here. Oh, I guess it's wrapped itself around it. I didn't want it to ruin that flower. I guess I should have picked that up a long time ago. But this is the first year for this clematis to flower, and it's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Hopefully next year, hopefully every year it'll grow taller. But just beautiful. And that's one of those, when you come out during the day, those little surprises. You're just like, oh, look at that. Beautiful. Both sides of that. I ended up taking the swing down and made it a walk through so I could just mow through there. Because it didn't get mowed very well. All right, what else we got going on? The willow is doing its thing right now with all the little bright pop of color in this corner with its little pink and white. Can't see the pink too much, maybe down there a little bit more. Tell you, you want a fast growing plant. That's the one right there. They love wet. But yeah, some alliums I planted in the fall over here. More of the purple sensation. I planted two gold cone junipers back there. One there, one behind there. Hopefully someday there'll be a nice pop of yellow color back there. Not sure how well they'll do in our zone and in our winter, but we'll see. This is a new addition to the flower bed. A rock, decorative. Got my husband to place it there for me yesterday in front of the roses that are getting ready, and a purple. Oh, I got a purple iris at least. It's getting ready to bloom there. And these are the Munstead roses. Oh, and this Edo, is it an Edo? Yeah, it's an Edo peony. It's got a bloom on it. That's a yellow one. I think it starts with a B. We had a little bit of damage here putting that rock in to my daylily. There's a spot there though that needs planting. I know that summer wine 9 bark gets huge, but I can't stand to see a big hole like that without waiting for that to grow. So we got that. I do have some drumstick alliums there that are trying, a couple of them. But yeah, need to plant something there. Moving on, my container with some petunias that I planted from seed. They're looking kind of rough. They're bouncing back a little bit. Onions from last year that were planted that I'll let go to seed. They're sending up some scapes. So I'll collect the seed on those for my next year's onions. And a raspberry plant. One of those berry awesome shrub raspberries in there. Planted a new hydrangea back there. That one is the... Man, I can't think of names at all today. It's a very big hydrangea. How about that? Maybe I'll think of it. Hardy hibiscus coming back there. Another hardy hibiscus coming back there. Some more that I'm assuming are helenium sneezeweed. These irises, I'm so excited. This is a different type of iris. Don't ask me the type because maybe it's a Japanese. I don't know. They have been planted here. I have had these iris for probably 5 years and they've never bloomed. The only reason they didn't get taken out is because I like the foliage. And this year, they're gonna bloom. I'm so excited. I am so excited. There's tons of blooms on them. I've always wanted to get some more of them type, but I never have because I assumed they didn't like it here. I should move that bush. That shrub behind them gets huge. That's a yellow berry bush. Yellow, yes. And it gets huge. So it's going to have to be moved back as well. I have an evergreen I planted back there. My daughter and I worked on this bed last weekend and got it all cleaned out. It was just loaded with weeds. Now you can see the, it's an elderberry. I've had it for years. Had it on the other side of the house. It never did anything. But finally, this year, and maybe now that it's got its own space and it's weed free, we divided up our irises, so that's why they're looking so angry. We divided them up and moved them around. We planted a bunch of them in the back here too, so they're all looking kind of angry and laying over. It is not the time to do that with irises, FYI. Do that in the fall and cut the scapes down so they stand up better. But I don't do a lot of gardening the right way. I do it Kim's way. Ruda, come on out of the garden. Rhubarb, looking kind of ratty. But clematis growing up there. I found it. I forgot I'd planted a clematis there. Found it laying across the ground when we weeded. So I propped that up to grow up there. Planted this bird's nest evergreen yesterday. This Weigela that I raised up is going to actually get some flowers on it this year. Wine and roses, I think. My gladiolus are starting to come up. Another container that's looking horrendous. Hopefully I'm going to do one of these tours one day and I'm going to have some container plantings that look awesome. I put that, I don't even know if you can see it in this light, the plant support. Moved it there so it's over top of some of the gladiolas. They like to flop. Another huge rock we added. Gonna do some planting around it. The lupins and this baptisia is new last year. It's flowering right here. And then the lupins are looking beautiful. And these are the new iris. And I don't even remember planting them. I don't remember buying them. I don't remember planting them. I just don't know. But they're beautiful. And they're a different style. They look kind of like maybe the Japanese style. They're shorter, so they're actually working for the front of that bed. Or the edge border. Beautiful. Tons of buds. So the new plantings. More bare ground. Needs to be mulched. But like I say, so my foxgloves are up. My snapdragons are up. So I think it's a good time to, I think everything that needed to reseed did. So I think it's a good time to plant. Oh, I didn't mention my Kinsley's Ghost honeysuckle down there that is really rocking it on the fence line. All right. There you have it. I have some dahlias coming up in that container, so maybe eventually I'll have a container that looks decent. All right, that's it. 1st of June, first part of June garden tour, 48 degrees. Hope you all have a great day, and I will see you again soon. Bye.